Hey Racer fans, this week the Racers prepare for a big game at Evansville. And also today on the Racer Report with Steve Prohm, we'll show you highlights of Murray State's big win last week against Lipscomb. The Racer Report begins right now. Hi folks, and welcome to the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. Dave Winder here at the CFSB Center. And before we get going with the coach, let's show you what's happening this weekend with the Racers going to Evansville for a 105 tip at the Ford Center. It's on Racer TV as our network debut for this season. ESPN3 is also going to pick up the game, and all kinds of Racer fans have been telling me all week that they're going to the game, so we're looking forward to that. And Coach, I know you are too, as we get into this December schedule. It's going to be tough, and how are things going with the team as we kind of go into this week of games?
It's going well. You know, we're able to get a couple good days of practice in. It's good not having a game this week, trying to rest some bodies. Jeffrey Moss is still struggling with his ankle injury, didn't practice again yesterday. We need to get him back and get him back healthy, but we got two good games this week. Don't want to overlook Bethel. Right. I know we're talking about Evansville first, but because they're playing really well. They're 8-1 right now. Could be 10 or 11-1 when they come in here next Tuesday. So, but then we've got a great December schedule. 3 tough road games at Evansville, at Dayton, at Arkansas State, and then home games against Western Kentucky, who's a tremendous rival, and then Valparaiso.
Valparaiso is going to be good. That Bethel game, by the time you see our show, we'll be catching up with the Bethel game next week's show. But let's go ahead and roll the highlights to the Racers' only game last week. That was at Lipscomb in Nashville at Allen Arena. And Coach, big game against a team that had been playing very, very good. And this was maybe the most physical game that the Racers had this year. I know the St. John's game was physical, but this one was too.
Yeah, you know, the tournament out there in Charleston was probably the most physical games we had with Colorado and St. John's. But you know, Lipscomb played well, give them credit. They made us play all 40 minutes. They've got a young team, but they made a lot of shots. And defensively, we got to get locked in, and we weren't locked in on the defensive end for 40 minutes.
Okay, well, we're here early in the game. You see Brandon Garrett hit a little shot in the lane. The Racers are down by 2 by a 10-8 score at that point. Ed Daniel just had a fantastic game with a career-high 18 rebounds after he had set his career high the game before against Old Dominion with 15. We'll talk more about the game he had, but the Racers were just really scoring the ball well, Coach. Cannon hit a 3. That's 2 games in a row. He's hit 6 threes in a game.
Yeah, you know, he's been great the last couple games offensively. He's had 30 and 32 points, but he's the head of the defense now with Zay Jackson out, and he's got to demand and command that point guard position on the defensive end and contain the ball, keep it out of the paint, and in order for us to be a great defensive team. But Ed makes that jump shot right there, and he's been tremendous. I mean, 20 points, 18 rebounds, 5 blocks. It's an extraordinary night.
Yeah, it certainly was. There's one of the new guys that Racer fans are seeing now. Taryn Gilmore had a nice block there. 9:43 to go before the half. That's the kind of shot we were talking about. There's some things that Isaiah has improved in that you thought, well, can he improve anymore? The answer is yes, he can.
Well, yeah, he's got things he can always get better at, and you know, he's got a floater, he's got a good mid-range jump shot, and obviously we all know he can make threes at a high clip. But tremendous all-around player.
Well, Stacy Wilson had a little bit of a run here too. Scored on a drive, then hit a 3. And then he also drove to the corner here, we're going to see, and hit Dexter Fields for a corner 3-point shot. And the Racers were down actually 30-29 after falling behind by 5. Boy, basketball is a game of runs, isn't it? It's just back and forth all night long.
It is, and that's why you got to play all 40 minutes. You just can't. You could be up 18-6 and feeling good at the 12-minute mark, but you've still got 32 more minutes to play. So there's going to be a lot of runs. You got to always keep your composure, stay even keel throughout the game. That's a good tip dunk right there by Zay Henderson. He came in, gave us good 10 minutes of action, had 4 rebounds. So I was happy with that.
Yeah, that gave the Racers a 4-point lead, but they trailed by 1 at the half. And then when we got into the second half here, Coach, I guess it was about the 10-minute mark I realized that the Racers had a chance to have 3 guys with 20 points. Hadn't happened since 1997. And I know you're not thinking about that, but I kind of noticed that halfway through here. But I'll tell you what, the Racers really had to fight to get control of this game. Lipscomb just wouldn't go away.
No, they wouldn't. It's a road game. It's basically kind of like a road conference game for us, just right down the road. And we weren't locked in on the defensive end. And credit Lipscomb, they made shots. And that was a big turning point in the game right there. The intentional foul, or the new elbow rule. We made 2 free throws. We got the ball back, made a 3, and finally got a chance to extend our lead a little bit. But you can't take anybody for granted. You got to play each and every night. And we did a good job attacking their zone. We scored almost 90 points, and if we can take care of some transition defense and limit some turnovers, then we could have held them under 70, and that'd have been a terrific night.
Yeah, it certainly would have been. I like the way your guards right now seem like they're really cognizant of who's cutting to the basket. That was a great feed from Wilson to Daniel right there, and then Cannon with the dribble penetration, and you get an open 3 from the corner.
Yeah, the best thing, those guys, the guards, Dexter, Isaiah, Stacy, they've been really unselfish, making the extra pass, getting in the gaps, finding the open shooter, and then we've scored well around the basket as well. Ed and Brandon's percentages are very high, so we've got to continue to get the ball inside.
Well, Cannon hit a floater in the lane right there to give the Racers a 3-point lead, 57-54. This is just getting under the 12-minute mark. And then I think this is the shot where Cannon just hit a deep 3 right here. That was, you talk about an NBA three-pointer, that was one right there. His 5th 3 of the game. Racers up by 5. And then at the 8:43 mark, C.J. Ford feeds Wilson for a 3-pointer, and it was a 5-point game. You eventually got it up to 12 points, Coach, and you thought, well, you're going to cruise in from there. But at that point, still 5 minutes to go, and it got a little tighter than that, didn't it?
Well, it did, and that's the things we got to get better at, some decision-making. It never really got to that uncomfortable level to where you thought this may go to overtime or this could come down to the last couple seconds. We were able to fend that off, but Stacy Wilson, we're up 10. He shoots the ball with 2 minutes to go with 30 seconds on the shot clock. Little things like that we just got to clean up and get better. Ed and Isaiah are really our true 2 players that have played extended minutes here. So we got guys, everybody, Stacy, Dexter, Brandon, those guys are starting, but they're still learning.
Right. Well, Cannon here hits the free throws, and the Racers from about the 7-minute mark to the end, I think they were maybe 16 out of 20 from the free throw line, especially inside 2 minutes, Coach. I think it was 9 out of 11 free throws. So you made your free throws at the end, and it got to the point here where Ed seemed like he was just getting every rebound.
Yeah,
he was cleaning it up. Wasn't he?
We need him to. Sometimes we're small out there. We may have 4 guards at times, but we lost Latrez. He led us in rebounding last year. Hopefully he'll be back soon. But Ed has commanded the paint on both ends of the glass, offensively and defensively, scoring and rebounding, and I can't say enough good things about him right now.
Well, Wilson hit the 3 there. It was an 11-2 run for the Racers to go up by the score we talked about, but 12 points leading at that time. And late in the game here, you're going to see Ed Daniel. He had a chance to go to the line to get his 19th and 20th points, and then he missed, and then got a chance to go back after he got his 18th rebound. But it was a night where you needed Isaiah to play 38 minutes. You needed Ed Daniel to play 36 minutes.
Yeah, and they're playing a lot of minutes, and it's early in the year, and hopefully we can continue to develop our bench and continue to take care of business so we don't have to put ourselves in this situation where the game's coming down to the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, hopefully the Racers can do that. Anyway, the Murray State held on to win this game by the score of 88-79 to move their record to 5-1. And just a great win for the Racers to go on the road. Coach, if someone would have told you that after the first 5 games you'd be 5-1, you'd been happy with that?
Yeah, I'd be happy, but the Colorado game, it's still, you still think about it. But, very happy, fortunate, and, we got a ways to go. Just want to take one game at a time and get ready for Bethel on Tuesday. Okay, so a good win for the Racers there. In this game, Cannon had 32, Wilson had 21, and Daniel had 20. First time that the Racers had 3 players with 20 points since 1997 against SEMO, and that was D.T. Mays,
Vincent Rainey and Chad Townsend. A lot of Racer fans will certainly remember those guys who are all OVC performers. So we're going to take our first break here on the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. Come back in a moment and here's some of the post game from the Lipscomb win.
Explora un nuevo mundo.
여러 가지 경험들을 많이 체험하세요.
आइए और अपना जहां खुद बनाइए.
Icalochen ukusanga.
عالم جدير بالاكتشافات.
Entdecke deine Welt.
Swój świat do odkrycia.
Dünyanızı keşfedin.
創造你的未來.
Ferestre velünk a világot.
Tất cả những điều tốt đẹp nhất đang chờ đón bạn.
Dunia Anda untuk dijelajahi.
探索你的世界。
Murray State University, your world to explore.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Hi folks, welcome back to the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. It was an amazing night when Murray State won at Lipscomb last Monday because it marked the first time since 1997 that the Racers had 3 players with 20 points apiece. Isaiah Cannon had 32, Stacy Wilson had 21, and Ed Daniel had 20 to go along with a career-high 18 rebounds. We caught up with all 3 of those players as they talked to the media after the game in Nashville, Tennessee.
We just came out, we was very aggressive. And Ed, he did the things he do to score. I was making shots, Isaiah was making shots, and we just came out. I didn't even know everybody had that many points to the end of the game. But we just came out aggressive, we wanted to come and we got to lead our team. We the 3 guys that, got to come out every night and play hard. So we just going to come out and give us our all every night.
My main focus was to just crash the glass the whole time anyway. They was a lot bigger than us down low, and then especially with Brandon getting in foul trouble early, I knew I was going to have to step up real big. No, not really. I really don't feel no pressure. My main focus is just come out here and play hard every day. We just had to play our roles. Dexter Fields, he couldn't make a lot of shots tonight, so that made Stacy have to shoot more. And I knew I had to step up with Brandon being in foul trouble, and Sip, he just do his thing every night. My rebounding, I'm working on my rebounding a lot. That's probably like my top deal of me getting looked at is my rebounding. So I'm gonna stay on my rebounding more than anything. Yeah, I'm trying to beat Tony easily in the blocks.
They did a great job of doing their part. Ed been doing a great job of rebounding and scoring around the basket. Stacey been doing a good job all season long, knocking down open shots, creating for another person, and Dexter been doing what he's doing, playing defense and making threes in the corner. So everybody did their part tonight, and it helped it. We needed everybody. It's with me being the leader of the team. I'm sure it's times throughout the game they all look at me and say, hey, we need a basket, or we need a stop, or we need some kind of motivation. So it's just a role that I took on, and I know I got to deal with it. So if it's tight games and we need a basket or we need to get it going, and they all look at me, I try to do the best I can to try to get it going.
Okay, the words there from Cannon, Daniel, and Wilson. And Coach, you look at the amount of media attention the Racers get. We go on the road and we've got just as many media folks on the road covering the Racers as we do at home. And I guess that's a testament to the program and how important it is that the media wants to go with us and they want to go where we play.
Yeah, it's no question. It's a credit to this program and how good this university's been. and how good this basketball program's been for many, many years, and the great players that's come in this program. You know, Isaiah and Ed are the focal point right now, but there's been great guys in the past, like you mentioned, Townsend and D.T. Mays,
yep.
and Vincent Rainey earlier. So it's a special program.
Yeah, it certainly is. It was a good win for the Racers at Lipscomb on Monday night. Tough place to play. The Racers really had to fight hard to get out of there, and it was a good win for them. So we're going to take another break here on the Racer Report. When we come back, we're going to kind of break down some of the stats so far through 6 games. I said 5 earlier, but through 6 games for the Racers. We'll break that down next on the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Like the thoroughbreds we are named for, racers are spirited and proud. We have the heart and will to succeed, to go farther, learn more, and embrace wisdom. We are champions who take our place in the Murray State tradition. We are racers.
We're back here courtside in the CFSB Center with head coach Steve Prohm on the Racer Report. And we thought this would be a good time with just the one game last week to kind of look, statistically what the Racers are doing. So let's go ahead and put that up there. And the NCAA rankings came out on Monday, the day that the Racers played at Lipscomb. So these could be just a tad different by the time you see them. But the Racers 8th in the NCAA, hitting 9.8 threes per game. 18th in the NCAA in defending the three-point shot, just giving up 25%, Coach. And you can see the other things there too. The Racers are 2nd in the OVC in blocks. They're 1st in the OVC in scoring average, 42nd nationally, and then 7th in the OVC in scoring defense. I know that's a little higher than, we talked about that this week, that's a little higher than you'd like right now.
Yeah, it is. there's a couple stats.
Ideally, what you want, about 63?
If we could have
61?
them, 62 right in that area would be great, but part of the problem is we're at 80, on the other end, so that's part of it, but we'd like to get that down. The rebounding, we'd like to get on the plus side. We're a little negative 0.4 right now, and then on the defensive field goal percentage, if we can get those numbers down a little bit more.
Well, we mentioned the NCAA stats came out, and individually, Isaiah Cannon, 22.5 per game. Actually, Wilson, and Daniel are 1, 7, and 9 in the OVC in scoring. Cannon's 34th nationally, and Ed Daniels, he's got 4 double-doubles after last week. He's 25th nationally, 11.3 per game, and a lot of Racer fans have heard the name of James Singleton here a lot lately because Ed's kind of playing like that.
He's been great. The best thing for Ed, the NCAA tournament, I thought he played really well, catapulted that into a great summer, and he's really come with a great mindset and a great focus.
And a great hairdo, too. So we're going to take another break here.
I don't know about that.
So people might argue with us on that, I don't know. But we'll take another break here with Steve Prohm. Come back with more in just a moment on the Racer Report.
Like the thoroughbreds we are named for, racers are spirited and proud. We have the heart and will to succeed, to go farther, learn more, and embrace wisdom. We are champions who take our place in the Murray State tradition. We are racers.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Hi folks, welcome back to the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. I'm going to take a look now at what is happening around the league. And coach, we'll go ahead and put up the standings here. And what you're going to see in the OVC standing is a lot of winning records. And you know, in seasons past, we've seen this where a lot of teams are under 500. A lot of teams are playing well right now, coach. East Division, EKU still undefeated. And of course, Belmont's 5-1. They finished 3rd in Alaska. Then you go to the West, the Racers only have 1 loss. SEMO's playing well. SEMO and Tennessee State go to Missouri on Saturday. You also got Lipscomb and Belmont doing their Battle of the Boulevard thing. So it's an interesting preseason right now, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, it just speaks volumes about the league. I mean, Eastern Kentucky's got off to a great start, you know, undefeated. But you look at Belmont, we knew they were going to be good. But Jacksonville State's playing terrific. And Tennessee Tech with the young basketball teams playing well. And been really impressed with Moorhead, watching their scores and seeing how they play. So, and you know Tennessee State, I think some of their record is indicative of their schedule.
They've had a tough schedule.
You know, played a very difficult schedule. So it's all relative. So that East is very, very talented. And then on our side, you know, SEMO's playing well, and P's had a good win this past week. And, you know, Eastern Illinois had a good win the other night. So, and I like SIU Edwards, but I think they got a chance. You know, they got a lot of returning guys. So I like their team. And I'm not sure what the situation with the point guard over there with Tennessee Martin. He got hurt early in the year. And I don't know if he's back yet, Terrence Smith. You know, and he's not with them. That hurts them, you know, right now.
A couple other games for the weekend to look at. Austin Peay goes to Memphis and Indiana State. Good matchup at Moorhead State. So we'll take our final break here in the Racer Report, come back, and we'll look forward to the game at Evansville. Talk about the Purple Aces a little bit. We'll do that next on the Racer Report.
Explora un nuevo mundo.
여러 가지 경험들을 많이 체험하세요.
आइए और अपना जहां खुद बनाइए.
Ichalocen ukusanga.
عالم جدير بالاكتشافات.
Entdecke deine Welt.
Twój świat do odkrycia.
Dünyanızı keşfedin.
創造你的未來
Festival Velunka Vilagot.
Tất cả những điều tốt đẹp nhất đang chờ đón bạn.
Dunia Anda untuk dijelajahi.
探索你的世界。
Murray State University, your world to explore.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
Back here at the CFSB Center to wrap up this week's Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm. Murray State with the game against Bethel, which we'll catch up with on next week's show since it's early in the week, and then going to Evansville on Saturday. That game is on Racer TV. It's also going to be streamed by ESPN3. And Coach, I've been hearing just a lot of Racer fans that are getting their tickets there. We have a great ticket promotion with a bus ride that you can get to Evansville on Saturday. Great thing for the students to be able to go to the game. That's going to be an electric atmosphere. Great place to play, the new Ford Center over at Evansville, and Marty Simmons has done a great job there. They were picked middle of the pack in the Missouri Valley. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, terrific league. Terrific league. Coach Simmons is a tremendous coach, does a terrific job up there, and everything that I've never been up there. I've never played at Evansville. We played them 2 years ago in the Bracket Buster, and this is the return game. But the one thing that I've heard about Evansville is it's a tough place to play. It's a great environment. So we really need the Owensboro, the Madisonville area, the Evansville alumni, all those people to get out there, and the people from Murray and Western Kentucky get up there and support us. We need a great following up there.
Well, it's just one of those games where, you know, when the schedule comes out, you look at it and you go, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, yeah, no question. And when I first got here years ago, I had a couple people come up to me and they said, you know, we got to get Evansville on the schedule. That needs to be. It's a good rival we had in the past. Well, it's on the schedule now. We're going up there, so we need a lot of people to get up there and support us.
And I'm kind of going off the top of my head here. I believe the last time the Racers played at Evansville was mid-'90s. Scott Edgar was the coach. Frank Allen was still playing at the time, and it was a whale of a ball game at Old Roberts Stadium, and I'm sure this is as well. So, Coach, good luck, okay?
Thank you. See you next week.
Head Coach Steve Prohm, we'll see you next time on the Racer Report. And as we leave you today, here's the voice of the Racers, Neil Bradley.
Left side, Cannon stops for the three-pointer, and it's good. Smooth as silk. Isaiah Cannon has 6, and it's 14-13. The Racers within a point. Has it at his hip. Finds Denny out top. Denny looks for the pass right side. Denied. Fell down. Picked up. It'll be a run out by Cannon. He'll do whatever he wants, and he stuffs it.
Nice job by Isaiah Cannon with the breakaway. Good defensive play. That's what the Racers want to see. More pressure and force some turnovers.
Inbounds it comes to Cannon. Across the mid-stripe. Racers up 37-35. 2 minutes to go in the half. Cannon. Lob for Daniel. Missed time on the alley-oop, and then he blew it, but it's stuffed in by Henderson.
Nice job by Zay going up with that one. He's getting some boards in there right now.
Comes to Garcia. Garcia out top, and they find Sanderson. Swatted out by Daniel and saved on the sideline by Cannon. Another block shot. Cannon drives in off the glass and in. A Regions Bank shot.
Nice job by Isaiah, and that was set up by the great defensive play that time by Ed Daniels on the block.
The Racers inbound it. Wilson jump pass right side. Cannon for 3. It's good, and the Racers are back up 47-46.
Good.
Bouncing to the right corner. Fields catch 3. It rattles in and out. Wilson the rebound. Gets it into Daniel off the glass and in. A Regions Bank shot.
Nice look by Stacy to get it into Ed.
Smith for 3. Rimmed out. Tip. Sankey gets it. Blocked by Daniel. Put it up. No good. It's worked well for him. It's kind of lost here lately. Rebounding inside. Shot up. Daniel fouled. He's fouled out. The bucket is good with 11 seconds to go. Daniel will come out, but the only thing that's going to matter now will be the final score and a standing ovation from the Racer fans who've turned out to see this game. They've seen one of the great games in Racer history here tonight from Ed Daniel with 20 points and 18 rebounds.